Let's freaking go. Let's go. LSU gets a W 38-0 in the absolute probably most boring game imaginable. We all thought the Southern blowout was really bad, but this is what you want. You want a dominating game, but the one big story on a macro scale are the injuries, okay? What is LSU going to do with some of these banged up players? You start to worry a little bit about Jayden Daniels obviously getting banged up on that run. You also begin to worry about some of the other players that went out with some potential injuries, but obviously this is what you wanted without obviously BJ Ojulari and obviously Mason Smith out for the year, but without BJ Ojulari and Kayshon Boutte, your best two players on both sides of the football, along with Jay Ward not playing tonight. Now, as far as the game specifically is concerned, LSU outgained New Mexico 633-83. Their offense is bad. It doesn't help that they had some of the worst punt decisions I've ever seen from a head coach, but the bottom line is this: LSU was the better team and they took care of business, and you just cross your fingers and hope that nobody got really hurt before LSU goes on the road and plays an Auburn team. Now, truth be told, if you were an LSU fan, you probably were a little discouraged that Auburn won in the luckiest way imaginable, and now they get some confidence going into next week. But Auburn looked really bad today versus an atrocious Missouri team that they should have blown out. Missouri is really bad. But truth be told, we'll talk more about Auburn, obviously, as the week goes on. But I want to focus on this game, okay? So it is very interesting, all right? The commentators butchered everybody's name. Yeah. Let's see. Good to see Nuss play well. I see a lot of Nuss believers in here right now. Give Nuss credit. He did play really well tonight. Obviously, I like Garrett Nussmeier a lot, but Jayden was better. Jayden played the meaningful snaps. Now, Nuss, he came in there, ran the offense, no turnovers, which is obviously a really good thing. John Emery with that fumble at the end, he's probably going to get buried on the depth chart even further than he already was tonight. So we shall see what happens, okay? But I promise you the Garrett Nussmeier believers are going to be pulling in here. And look, I'm a Garrett Nussmeier believer as well. Look, I mean, trust you, I keep these Nuss cards here. I got a bunch of Jayden cards as well. I actually mailed one out today to a PHLer. But yeah, there you go. Here's my Jayden right here. So obviously a lot to get to today. So good to see. We're about to cook Auburn next week. Okay. See here. Let's go. Victoria, good to see you. Cody, good to see you as well. Great win. We got to score more points on a Sun Belt team. We scored 38. We shall see. Noah Cain is an absolute monster. Like I always say, Noah Cain is a good player. Always be skeptical, though, of big-time runs in a blowout, right? That defense was obviously really, really tired. All right. So there you go. The Aggies finally got a break. I mean, I did see what happened at the end of that game. The Aggies have gotten every break in this Arkansas series. The Arkansas just has the worst luck against Texas A&M. I know they beat them last year, but that was the most brutal way to lose a game that they just had. Yeah, that does suck for them. And anytime I could see Texas A&M lose, it's a good day. We should have scored 50. Once again, you put up 633 total yards, right? In this instance, the yards are better than the points, right? 633 means you dominated offensively. You just didn't finish some drives, right? And that will get taken care of. Obviously, the John Emery fumble hurt getting it over the 40-point mark. And look, this was a competitive game at halftime. I promise you, if New Mexico had an offense, this game would have been a little bit closer. But give LSU credit. The defense came out and put out another dominating effort. I know their offense is abysmal, as you guys saw tonight. So, yeah, we shall see. Okay. I didn't get to watch much of that game, but they did have a fumble recovery for 99 yards and a touchdown. So I would hold off crowning Max Johnson as a great quarterback after, 23 points and 17 points. Yeah, they did win. One of their touchdowns should have been a false start penalty as well last week versus Miami. So, yeah, but we shall see. On that Haas juke, baby. Huh? I love. Probably a little bit of both. I mean, look, LSU knew the opponent they were going up against wasn't really that good. So, yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. If you play a bad opponent, this is what's going to happen, right? They're not going to have a game competitive. And look, it's kind of a snoozer. You can't really have that good of a look in the second half, right? And you as a fan start looking, oh, look, this other game's close. Oh, look, we got Auburn next week. So we shall see. Yeah, I'll touch on that a little bit later, right? Guys, this was a really good win. I'm telling you, the New Mexico defense is a really good defense. I watched one of their games. It is impressive. I thought the offense did look really good to start. I love the shorter, quicker passing game. Jayden Daniels is not a drop back passer. He is not a 7-step drop. Oh, the post is open. Let me work backside to the dig kind of throw. He is a quick passer. Run quicker offense, and you're going to put out better results. And LSU did that from the get-go. And the fact that their offense played a little bit more within the framework of the play, and our offense wasn't just Jayden scramble here, Jayden scramble there, is a good thing for us moving forward. I cannot say that enough. Once again, New Mexico, as a lot of you have pointed out, has a good defense, and LSU shredded them pretty early. Now, should they have put more points on the board? Yeah. But New Mexico also offensively played at a slower pace as well. So let's go, Jason. Obviously, this is a big story as well. Thank you so much, Jason, for your very generous super chat. I really appreciate it. Throw some clap emojis in the chat for Jason. I got to show him some love here. Besh is your new punt returner, hands down. Kane is coming around in the running game. I do like Noah Kane a lot. I will say this. If John Emery continues to struggle, I am not sold on just an Armani Goodwin, Josh Williams backfield, especially after Armani Goodwin got hurt. Part of who you are as a running back is your stability, right? And your availability is very important. Okay. Kane is coming around in the running game. NUSSMEIER has that arm strength, and Neighbors gets better and better. Malik had another great night tonight. NUSSMEIER has that arm strength. Nuss was phenomenal tonight. He didn't turn the football over, got the football out quickly. I know BTJ did most of the work, but to get that football out was good. He made quicker decisions. Something else we saw NUSSMEIER not do, and this was a major criticism I had of Garrett NUSSMEIER. He is not a playmaker, right? He is not a break the pocket kind of guy. Play within the framework of the offense, and he did that. And, once you start doing that, that opens up some other opportunities for you to extend the play. So Nuss was great. Nuss was really, really great tonight. I really do appreciate it. And there he is. Van, shout out to Van. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your generosity. Show some clap emojis to Mr. Van Lathan. Let's get to a few more of these super chats. Van, you get to pick the next topic. Did you see Nuss's handoffs? Start them now. On a serious note, love that we sat a lot of people and still played on all sides, plus a shutout. Very important point by Max, who does a really good job of contextualizing everything. As many of you know, Max has been with me for a while, and he's one of our sharpest viewers, and he is right on the money here. On a serious note, love that we sat a lot of people and still played on, and that's the thing. You know, we're missing BJ Ojolari. We're missing Kayshawn, and we still go out there and win 38-0. It's pretty good. Pretty good if you ask me. I think also something else is that our offensive line played really well, right? And we have continuity on the LSU offensive line. Okay? 8-4, FSU, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, A&M, or Florida. Our 3 losses and a 4th there. So let's check in on the poll question here before we get the Van super chat. As you guys see, once everything starts coming out, go straight to the super chats. First, LSU is an 8-win team in 2022. 80% of you say yes. There you go. I like that. Thank you so much once again, Van. I appreciate your friendship. Enjoyed our conversation earlier this week. Evening, lads. And there we go. Yusha from Ukraine holding it down, man. Gotta love it. Forever Lazio. I wore Yusha my Long John shirt this week. I really appreciate that. Long live Giorgio. Gotta love it, man. And Xavier Carter with the pressure on the last sack. Xavier had a good game. He played early as well. I know you're really high on him. And he also is one of our better special teamers. So shout out to him. Thank you so much, Jason, for your generosity. Good to see you. The Blaster. We have a lot to get to. Everyone, prayers to my fiance. She is hurt right now. She is hurt. Arkansas has had so much heartbreak. Oh man. So Van wants to talk about next week at Auburn, and that's what we're going to do. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about New Mexico. If you missed our film study at halftime, we will do it again in just a second. I did get a few more requests who played again because we only got to play it once during halftime. So one quick thing about the Auburn game, all right? And I'm going to add in what we learned versus New Mexico, all right? What I want you to do right now in the comment section, type, I do think LSU will be favored next week at Auburn. In the comment section right now, how many points do you think LSU will be favored by versus Auburn next week? I think LSU has to be favored next week versus Auburn. Okay? Let's go to Aaron. All right? Every game we've gotten better and better. You cannot ask for anything more. Bam! I love that right there, Aaron. Look, we got the president of the JAYDEN fan club in here, Legacy Dom. You're right, man. Your boy did a good job getting the ball in their hands. JAYDEN looked really good tonight. I think LSU, by the way, to follow up on Van Super Chat, I think LSU will be favored by 4.5. I think that's about where they're going to have it. It might be a little bit less than that. So, yeah. I do think if Auburn had lost, it would be a little bit different. But if it's anything less than 3, I'm going to hammer LSU next week. Auburn looked bad. And this is the second consecutive game that LSU's defense has looked really, really, really good. Okay? So, yeah. Now, I'm not saying how much do you think LSU will beat Auburn by. What do you think the Vegas spread is going to be? Okay? Mike says 5.5. Aaron shouting out smack over. There you go. Auburn is poverty. Huh? Old Vet, one of our many patrons, for beating Auburn in their house this year. I love it. But y'all, before I talk about Auburn again, okay, I got to say this, and I'm just I just want to be as honest as I possibly can about this. All right. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this tonight. And Grant, if you can back me up on this, Grant, you super chatted a minute ago. Um, so a few of you I know worked in the broadcast industry for a while. Okay. So I will comment on this once and only once. All right. Because you're not, because I did, especially some of our older viewers as well. Um, a lot of you were very angry that the game wasn't on television. Okay. So Max says the line is -2.5 LSU, I bet, but Harsin is basically playing for his job, so that scares me, not gonna lie. It's true. Okay. I think if they had lost today, they would have fired him. I still think they should fire him. Auburn had a 14-0 lead, and it took the luckiest ending. I won't go over it again. There were some brutally lucky endings for Brian Harsin and Jimbo Fisher, two coaches on, Harsin's on a really hot seat. But I will address this once and only once. All right. And once again, Grant, if you can comment on this, please help me. Okay. Tonight's broadcast quality was abysmal. It was abysmal. Okay. It was bad. That should not happen. Right. The camera was fuzzy. The camera wasn't white balanced, which is what you do to a camera before you start the game. You put a white sheet of paper over it so it can adjust to the lighting. And if you get one of these fancy broadcast cameras, you could see on the side, there's a button that says balance. All right. They did not white balance the cameras. The tint of the camera was blue. And a lot of people are bringing this up in our Discord on Patreon. That was brutal. And this is not the only time. There was a lot of complaints about TCU versus SMU. Now, I love ESPN's broadcast of games. I do. I really, really do. But that wasn't that. There was my inbox is just full of people complaining about that more than anything else. It eventually got better as the night moved on, but that was tough. That was really, really, really tough. And I've worked crew on a lot of games. Arkansas beating Alabama, of course they are, babe. Of course they are. Jared, thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. William, thank you so much. So, and the broadcast quality wasn't great, as in like the broadcasters not knowing how to pronounce some of the LSU players' name. You should know if you're broadcasting an LSU game, we pronounce our names differently. Every team, though, I mean, you've all seen the Key and Peele skit. That was really rough. That was really rough, and I hate it because when that happens, there's all these other great broadcasts that happen flawlessly. It's tough. It's really, really tough. So I watched the entire Auburn game because I knew we were playing them next week. And I actually bet Auburn -7.5 because I thought Missouri was bad. And I thought they were just going to run Tank Bigsby. And they did early. And they just could not pull away. Brian Harsin, I think, didn't adjust well during the game. I would have run a little bit more quick passes early to get Robbie Ashford going. But Robbie Ashford is terrible. He is terrible. He cannot throw at all. And I tweeted at this during the game. There's a lot of people that think what Robbie Ashford is what Jayden Daniels is, and it's not true. Jayden can throw some, right? Auburn cannot throw the football at all, and their quarterback room is abysmal. I pray that they start TJ next week. With the way our defense is gobbling up pocket quarterbacks right now. So I really like us next week versus Auburn, but the truth is, they got good defensive ends, right? And our true freshman tackles are playing really well. They're going to be going up against some guys that will be playing in the NFL next year. Auburn's linebacker group is pretty good as well. Their secondary, I think, is okay. But offensively, Auburn's offensive line is probably the worst in the SEC right now. Their quarterback situation is probably the worst in the SEC right now. Their head coach is probably the worst in the West right now. Their coordinators are probably the worst in the West right now. And their best wide receiver is Coy Moore, okay? And Coy Moore would be wide receiver number 7 on our team right now. So, everything is shaped up for LSU to be a really comfortable situation going into next week, right? but it's still going to Jordan-Hare Stadium. It's still going to Auburn. It's still going between the hedges, right? I think next week is huge as well, especially considering how good Tennessee looked, and especially how good Ole Miss looks right now. So next week is going to be the most winnable SEC game left on our schedule, and I think it's a big one for us because that can give us confidence going into the next weeks against Tennessee and Ole Miss. And with the way our defense looks right now, Van, and everyone else watching this, William as well, we are only going to get better. Okay? So really quickly, this is obviously the big story right now. Jayden Daniels has a strain in his lower back, but he got cleared by the team doctors to go back into the game. So he's good to go. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, the only concern about the back is if you talk to people that work in sports medicine, the back could be kind of a tricky diagnosis. It is, tough to treat. Back soreness just sucks. Obviously, Jayden got slammed into the turf. You worry about a lot of different things such as that. But Jayden, I'm going to be honest with you, whether it be Legacy Dom or whether it be just anyone that you talk to around Jayden Daniels, his best attribute, more than his speed, more than his leadership, is his toughness. This is a guy that barely weighs 200 pounds, who runs a lot. He's never been hurt. He's never, I know, knock on wood, and a lot of you are going to say, yeah, jinxed it next week or whatever. He's tough. He is tough, and he's available. And that, once again, shows again. So we hope that's it. We hope that's it. So we'll see. Okay? Noah Kane, the freshman. Huh? I love it. What did it say? Yuli Gay? Yuli Gay? I had to put them on mute. I'm going to be honest. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I had to. William? Love it. Let's go to John Sibley, who's been covering LSU football for a while. It's always tough on the Plains. They will play their best game. Always do. Been over there too many times. Another reason why I like us against them is we're just faster. Our defense is faster. Okay? So here's what I really like about what Matt House does. So on these second and long and these third and longs, the good thing about our defense is that we have so much speed on the field that we're able to chase down pretty much anybody that we go up against, right? So last year, the big thing was that, Bo Nix, who led an amazing comeback this week, he would, run around in whirling Derbyshire. Now we got Harold freaking Perkins, who can chase down anybody. And because our pass rush is faster, one of the toughest things about last year was that we were there to make a play. We just couldn't bring them down. So if BJ is healthy next week, we'll be able to get it done. Come on in. Live stream break. There she is.
Why is it a live stream break?
It's not a live stream break, but it's a Z break.
I took my lashes off, so the only good thing about tonight was
LSU winning.
Two things.
What's the second thing? Oh my God! Please, that movie was terrible.
You didn't go see it.
I just know it's bad.
Florence
Pugh can't act. I can act better than Florence Pugh.
Go see Don't Worry. Hey, Jared. Go see Don't Worry, Darling.
I think we have one blown coverage, right?
I super chatted you. Did you see that?
Yeah, we shouted you out. Of course Arkansas is going to beat Alabama. I hope game day goes to Fayetteville next week. They should go even if they miss one missed field goal that hit the freaking post.
I look naked without my lashes on.
We've had some rough trips to Auburn, though. Okay.
Hey, Tony.
There's Annie.
Where's Annie? Go down. Go down.
That's her right there.
Look at Clyde. Clyde's watching. Of course, Clyde's watching. Clyde and Z-Baby need to have a play date.
Major Burns could be out 3 to 6 weeks with an upper neck injury. He's been cleared by doctors, but he needs rest. That's why it's very nice to have Joe Fouché back next week. TJ was hurt. He was hurt. But the toughest thing about Jayden Daniels is he is a tough son of a gun. He is a tough son of a gun. That's all there is to it. William says he was pulling for Arkansas. Woo pig. Van did. 633 yards to 88 yards of offense. That's good. Perfect time to get Joe Fouché back.
You want Arkansas to beat Bama.
Kayshawn didn't play because he had a little baby.
Who likes Nick Saban?
Nobody likes Nick.
Nobody.
Yeah, Florida actually played pretty well today. Hendon Hooker made some amazing throws. Okay, but you do feel better that Garrett Nussmeier looked good. He looked really good tonight. All right, he got the football out quickly, and I think, for the most part, you look at Nuss's numbers: 9 of 10 for 35, for 135 and a tutty. Yes, none of the throws were just absolutely positively amazing, but guess what? He didn't go out there and lose the game, and that was the big thing. Right. So all there is to it, if you look at these final numbers, 633 yards to 88 yards, we averaged 12.5 yards per completion, 7.9 yards per play. Our offense was really good. And yes, we have scored more points, but the yard per play number is what you should focus on. That means we were moving the football at a high clip. Okay. Obviously, the Chris Hilton completion, we'll talk about that in just a second. So we shall see. Okay.
I love that cat photo.
Look, someone say your nails are pretty.
Old lady. I pay a lot of money not to look like an old lady on my boat.
No, she's not. He's not saying old lady. He's saying, your old lady. Show him those nails. There you go. LA Mom went to the game tonight. Congrats. I'm glad you got to go, LA Mom. I know you work you work a bunch. I'm glad you got the opportunity to go into Tiger Stadium.
It's so fun. I yelled a lot tonight.
Well, I know. It was a big game. Assuming a little.
Does it bother you me sitting right here? I just like watching everything.
Okay, so as you see, passing yards 414, 219. Obviously just a really good and clean, dominating performance, right? But yeah, 7 of 12 on third down. They were 1 of 10 on third downs. And it's amazing you lose 38-0, but you did not go for it once on fourth down. I still can't believe how many New Mexico fans tweeted me. We had one in during halftime say, why are we not going for it on fourth down? I don't know. So there you go.
I'm so glad you got to go to the game. That's awesome.
There you go, LA Mom. A friend invited you. Dang, I wish I had friends. What are those? What are friends? I've never even had one of those.
Z-Baby's your best friend.
Yeah, that deep ball to Malik. I want to see a replay of that. Because that ball was not that bad, all things considered. So yeah, I'm very interested. Okay.
There's King Ulysses. I haven't seen him in a while.
King, you've been. Yeah, Don holding it down in Mexico. Don's one of our sharpest viewers.
Love that.
Jared says we're going 10-2. Let's go.
Okay, Jared.
I like that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sorry, my voice is cracking.
Let's go.
I'm so
There you
excited
go.
about my hogs.
Oklahoma's about to lose. So you guys have seen the final numbers? All right. Wes Weeks had a good game today. There you go. All right. So right now, before we do our film breakdown here, who was your game MVP? Let me know in the comment section. Who was your game
You know who mine always
MVP?
is.
Kayshawn?
Always.
Well, yeah, he had a kid. He didn't play tonight. He didn't play tonight because he had a baby. Yeah, well, he's still the MVP, man. The super dad's a PHL. Okay. Harry Styles is not the MVP.
Oh.
Gardner,
Oh, Harry is always
Noah
the
Kane.
MVP.
Nuss. Honestly, the MVP to me is Jack because we now have a punt returner. Thank goodness. And he got robbed of his moment. They need to fix the blindside block penalty.
Besh is a great name.
You should be able to blindside block somebody as long as you don't clean their clock. Okay? Yeah, Rugger, I've already addressed that, but yeah, there you go. Super Dad's a PHL.
You're a dog dad, so that counts.
But the real Super Dads.
Yeah.
Harold Perkins should never leave the field. I agree. And he's special. He's really, really, really special. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and run this play breakdown again. And here you go. Here is LSU stealing plays from the New England Patriots.
God, I hope it's not when Tom Brady was with them.
This was a Tom Brady staple. Let's go. All right, so we did an hour-long film study. And by the way, let's go. On Jayden Daniels throwing to the middle of the field, okay? So we hit Chris Hilton on this deep post. Jack Best draws the safety. Only thing is, Chris Hilton, keep your feet right here. Obviously, his speed helped open this up and create all that separation. That is really the only thing holding Chris Hilton away from being a big-time SEC player is that, he leaves his feet a little too easy, but good thing to get Chris some confidence, okay? So now we get to this play right here, and this is one of my favorite plays in all of football, okay? And it's done out of something called empty, and it's called Hoss Juke, okay? This is a Josh McDaniels staple, and by the way, I am affiliated with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Carter gets your boy a nice little bonus. So Underdog Fantasy actually did a really good breakdown on this play. It's what Josh McDaniels and the New England Patriots have run to win a lot of Super Bowls, okay? And essentially what Hoss Juke is out of empty, is we are running a go route here, we are running a go route here, and we are running a comeback route on the outside. And essentially what Hoss Juke is out of empty, is we are running a go route here, we are running a go route here, and we are running a comeback route on the outside, okay? The ball obviously is never going to go to the running back, to the outside, or to the tight end. This play is to get a one-on-one matchup with Jack Bech and this player, because this go route and this go route draws both of these hook underneath defenders out of the play. So Jayden looks right, then he works back left, okay? That's by design. This one's rarely, if ever, going to get thrown, okay? And that's to help give Jack a little bit of time to sell this route, okay? And what the juke stands for in Hoss Juke is right here. So Jack, we're trusting him to juke this defender. He could potentially go here. He could potentially go over the middle of the field, and Jack decides to go over the middle of the field. This is really good chemistry between these two. And look at this. We hit him right over the middle. All hands catch right there. And there it is. Hoss Juke, baby. Let's go. So I'm loving to see Jayden throw a lot of balls over the middle of the field. And that is a good sign of progression. Let's go. So there you go. Hoss Juke is the name of the play, right? And if you want an extra breakdown on Hoss Juke, it's my favorite play. I am a believer that it's very important to throw to the middle of the field. A lot of quarterbacks don't like to do it because there is just more traffic, but it's also technically a shorter throw. And tonight, Jayden threw a lot over the middle. And I think that is what he avoided in these first couple of games. And I do think we did an hour-long film study on this a few days ago. I said that I think that's what LSU was going to try and do versus New Mexico. And I think that was really, really big. that Mike started getting this confidence going, because defensive coordinators will scheme against that. If they know that Jayden, if you actually looked at Jayden Daniels' throwing chart before this game, it looked like a U. So most throwing charts look like a U, but his was a little bit more pronounced, right? Away from the hashes, only outside the numbers. And guess what? Rocky Long, who was Zach Arnett's mentor, said, "Look, if I see on film that he doesn't like throwing to the middle, I'm going to see if he'll throw to the middle." And we did tonight. We did a lot tonight, and you have to be able to do that. And it was a big reason why our offense just couldn't get going versus Mississippi State. So it is very, very, very interesting. Okay. And we talked a lot about Joe as far as his intermediate throws in the film study earlier this week. So I highly recommend you check it out. It is a little bit longer, but it's part of, it gives context. I tried to give full context as to why Jayden avoided the middle, and he took what the defense gave him. So it's a tough throw. It's a tough throw, but you got to start making those, right? There were some versus Florida State that I thought we could have hit. So we shall see. Oh, yeah, William T. North Carolina. I know that stuff. According to BK, the game ball, all right? Don't spoil it if you saw this, all right? If you don't know who got the game ball for tonight, answer who you think was the MVP for LSU tonight. Who did Brian Kelly, it just happened. Who did Brian Kelly give the game ball to tonight? Okay. Guess in the comment section right now. Who did Brian Kelly give the game ball to? Okay. We have Wes Weeks. We have the entire defense. We have Perkins, Ramos, not Jayden, not Williams, not Brooks, not Besh. I only have confirmed who has the okay, so let's see. Okay, Brian Kelly just tweeted it out. Okay, now there we go. Not House. Lots of he's on defense, and he had to make a position switch tonight. Bang! There you go. Y'all got it in at the same time, but King U got in there. It was Jarek Bernard Converse getting the game ball. There you go, JBC. Let's go. Gotta love it. That means a lot to him. Shout out Shreveport. Harold Perkins led the team with 8 tackles, another big game. Big time. Is it NIL with Converse? Right. Master Blaster's got to get up early in the morning, so we shall see you, my brother. Master Blaster. A lot of teams I wish they had a Cade York today. What's funny is the two kickers today that missed clutch chip shots for their team were actually good kickers, right? Two good kickers for Missouri and Arkansas both missed chip shots to win the game. Huh? Oh, man. Give Kerry Cooks a lot of credit. I you know what I'm going to do? I'm glad you brought this up, and it's good to have you back, Shawnery. All right. By the way, mailing this card out this week to Jason. I wanted to make sure you were back in town, Jason, before I mailed it. Actually, I took it out of the envelope. This is going to Jason, a Walker Howard autograph card. Okay. And I got a bunch of cards in the mail this week. Here we go. Gonna give this one out. I actually got this one just in the mail. I just love this card because I remember this catch. This was a major third down conversion versus Clemson. I'm giving out a Justin Jefferson National Championship card right here to the next person that joins the PHL T-shirt club or the PHL Patreon. Okay, I'll send it out right here. Sending out some Jaydens this week as well. So there you go. Not going to talk LSU Tennessee tonight. I'll talk LSU Auburn. We are one game at a time here at PHL. Here's what we'll do. I've gotten a few questions about Tennessee. You guys know before the year, I was a big believer in Tennessee. I think they're really good, and I think they'll win versus a team like LSU, Alabama, or Georgia. I think they win one of those three. Right? If they win two out of those three, they're cooking. Now, of course, if they win two of those three, one of those is going to have to be against Georgia. Okay? Man, I'm telling you right now. Here's what we'll do. I've gotten a few questions about Tennessee. If you super chat, I'll talk about Tennessee. Okay? I want to focus in here. Oregon State on upset alert versus USC. Very interesting. Michael B., anytime you ask for a J Jets card, I'll send it to you. I got it. I think I got another one. I got two in the mail. I was going to keep one for me, but I'll send you this one. I know there's not a bigger Justin Jefferson fan on this channel than Michael B. Now, if somebody close to Jefferson watches, and you are, but officially, Michael B. Everybody has their favorite player on here. Okay, Michael B. is the official. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's the official Justin Jefferson president of the PHL fan club. So if he wants a Justin Jefferson card, guess what? I'm going to send it. So there you go, Michael B. I'll send it to you. Danny, I would agree with you, but I watched that Auburn offensive line and that Auburn offense today. What they should do, okay, if I were Auburn, this is what I would do if I was Brian Harsin. Now, what I'm going to suggest is not that hard, but what I would do is create a machine to clone a human being, clone Tank Bigsby into 11 different people and run your offense that way, and you would be better served. Auburn's offensive line is awful. Their play calling is awful. Their quarterback room is awful. Their wide receiver room is awful. They have a good tight end and really good running backs, and that's about it. Now, this game gets very weird. We are, by any stretch of the imagination, not a great team ourselves. We have a lot of holes and position groups that aren't the absolute best or LSU standard. But the truth is what, William brought up earlier. I know William went to bed, but a few of you have brought up this live stream. We are getting better. Okay. The sign of a good team is you get better as the season moves on. And I know we have played 2 non-power 5s, and it took a lot for Mississippi State to help us win that game last week. But we are playing better. We just are. We move the football quicker. Jayden played within himself in the pocket, and we are getting better, right? And that's huge. That's what I look for, especially in a year 1 team. Okay, thank you so much. I'll talk about the Tennessee game from 2 weeks from now. I had Tennessee beating LSU before the season began, and I'm not gonna get off of that because we're playing better. Tennessee is really freaking good. Now their defense isn't great. Coach Young, I don't know what they're gonna do with that defense, right? Man. They had issues stopping a Florida offense that looked really good. I'm not going to lie. Billy Napier coached a really good game today. Hendon Hooker just made some amazing plays. And look, he's really freaking good. And, I would say Hendon Hooker, you could make a case as the best quarterback in the SEC. You could argue Stetson. You could definitely argue Bryce Young. But I don't think anybody's playing better than Hendon Hooker right now. And this was a guy who played through injury. This was a guy who didn't have his best receiver by far on the team. And he still threw dimes. His receiver still made some amazing catches as well. And Hendon Hooker was in freaking insane. Okay. And this is one of those things. Okay. I'm going to give LSU a little bit of revisionist history here. Okay. Let me give LSU a little bit of credit, all right? And let's give the Madhouse defense a little bit more credit here as well. Going into this game, all right? Going into this game, I want somebody in the comment section to answer this question, okay? Which quarterback in college football had the best big time throw percentage while also having a 0% turnover worthy percentage? Answer that in the chat right now. In all of college football, who is the only quarterback to have the highest big time throw percentage and a turnover worthy percentage of 0%? I shared it in our film study with Jayden Daniels earlier this week, and it's not Jayden Daniels. Okay. All right, it's not Jayden Daniels. Answer this in the comment section. Which quarterback has the best big-time throw percentage while also maintaining a turnover-worthy percentage of 0% this year? And it's not Hendon Hooker. Okay? It's not Hendon Hooker. All right, I'm going to run a quick break because I do want to I do want to change this up really quickly. So just really quickly here. All right. It is not Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett is close. That's close. Okay. It is not Bo Nix. Ha, 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 ha. That's funny, Aaron. I love that. And it's not Bryce Young. The answer I'm not going to reveal it. Is he in the SEC? No, he's not in the SEC. Brittany, welcome to the channel. Everyone, welcome Brittany to the channel. It is not KJ Jefferson. I am a big KJ fan, though. Jayden Daniels. I love me some Jayden Daniels of Kansas. He could play, that young man from Kansas. He's not in the SEC. It's not Florida's QB. You're close. You're very, very close, though, Skipper. It's not CJ Stroud. I will give it away. We have played him this season. Okay? We have played him this season. Okay? In all of college football, we have played him this season. All right? Jordan Travis. So, Jordan Travis has one of the highest QBRs. I know he's hurt now. He's had one of the highest QBRs. Low turnover percentage rate. High big-time throw percentage rate. So what does that tell you? Put 2 and 2 together. What does that tell you? All right? That tells you that LSU's defense was ripped apart by a surgeon. Okay? So, LSU's defense is probably really, really, really freaking good. Okay? A defense that lost Mason Smith. A defense that has had a banged-up B.J. Ojolari. A defense that has moved pieces around. No bona fide stud corner going into the season. Tons of transfers. The truth is that we have had a defense that has only really been ripped to shreds by an elite quarterback. Okay? So now that we've had a few games played, what we know is LSU holding Jordan Travis to only 24 points is actually a good thing, right? Jordan Travis is playing, before he got hurt, if you went and looked at the Louisville game, he's playing better. He was playing better than anybody else. Go back and watch the Louisville game. Jordan Travis was throwing dimes. Okay? So maybe we were undervaluing how good Florida State probably is with Jordan Travis, right? So the LSU defense has only been beaten by one guy who has been the best big-time thrower of the football, with his 2 best receivers being transfers, by the way. Not the absolute best offensive line. So that makes the LSU defense look a little bit better. You pitch a shutout tonight. It was a bad team. You pitch a shutout. You got very lucky with a lot of drops last week versus Mississippi State, but you were still really good. 4 fourth down stops, whatever the number was. Obviously, the Southern game was Southern, but you hold Jordan Travis to 24 points. Now, I'm not saying Jordan Travis is the best quarterback in college football, but now that a few games have been played, you kind of see how good he has been. Okay? That's you're making my point, Phillips. You're making my point. That was our first game, and Jordan Travis surgically picked us apart at times. There were other times where we shut him down. Oh, the Tate Watermaker kid. Okay. So that was something else I wanted to bring up tonight. I was actually going to wait until Tuesday. Okay. So what that means is when a Hendon Hooker comes to Tiger Stadium, he's going to pick us apart a few times. right? He's really freaking good. He's really freaking good. And that offensive system by Heupel, I did a video on my SEC channel. Heupel was my number one rated play caller in the SEC at this point. He is calling some games right now. He's really good. And he's got an elite quarterback. He's got great backs. He's got a good offensive line, and he's got great weapons. Tennessee's offense is good. Sure, defense isn't that great. So we shall see what happens. Okay. Aaron bringing up A&M 2018. It's good stuff. So honestly, the MVP of the season up to this point has got to be Matt House. It's got to be Matt House. He has been our best coach. He has been just phenomenal, honestly. And you know what? When he was hired, I was very concerned. This was a guy that had not called plays since 2018. This was a guy who, was only a linebackers coach in the NFL. And he's coming and been really good. I mean, even the film guys that know way more about scheme and personnel groupings and all of that, they're impressed. They are really freaking impressed with his use of simulated pressure, creepers, the 2-3-6. Max Toscano calls it the dragon defense, doing some 3-2-6 stuff. Chavis called that the Mustang. That's my favorite defensive package. He's good. Matt is freaking good. Small sample. Obviously, as a defensive coordinator, you normally do regress when people, get a better hold of your playbook. But honestly, Matt's been good. He does a lot of things really freaking well. And also, I before we get to Danny's super chat here, as Mike brought up a minute ago, Harold Perkins has transformed our defense. It's just he makes you feel uncomfortable because you don't know where he's going to be. Okay. And the bottom line is this: if number 40 is on the field, he causes mental and physical chaos. He causes mental and physical pain on a defense or on an offense because you don't know what he's going to do. Let's go to Danny right here. Shout out to Danny. She always has, one of the most open minds. She does a really good job keeping everything, in context here. And this is very important. There are a lot of inconsistent teams this season, which makes for good football. Never know who will win. No definitive games. Kansas State, that lost to Tulane, is about to take down Oklahoma. It's crazy. Right, let me take a look at the box score of this game really quickly. I didn't watch a single second of it, to be quite honest. It doesn't shock me. Like, I think Venables is going to do fine at Oklahoma, but Kansas State, I mean, they have Deuce Vaughn, man. They're a good team. Let's see. Okay, Oklahoma's driving, but they're down by 14 here. Kansas freaking State, man. So they beat Missouri 40-12. So that just goes to show you how bad Auburn looked today. 34-0 versus South Dakota, 17-10 last week versus Tulane. And they are holding on here versus Oklahoma. You're right, Danny. Very inconsistent teams. For me, I feel as if anything's going to happen for LSU at this point. If you are an LSU fan, out of all the SEC teams, everyone made a big deal in week 1 that LSU was the only SEC team to lose. And quite honest, we're the only SEC team that really just looked bad in week 1. But now that more games have been played, Florida's had some bad performances. Mississippi State had some bad performances. Alabama hasn't looked the best. Arkansas got a little sloppy today. If not, they would be undefeated. They got very unlucky today with the fumble at the 1 return for 99 yards and a missed field goal that hits the top of the post. The bottom line is this: be very happy you are not an Arkansas fan, because if you are an Arkansas fan right now, you would be crying. Okay. How long until we lose Houston head coach gig? That's always kind of tough to answer, Grant, because it would have to be a really good head coaching gig, right? He's never been a head coach before, so that obviously works in LSU's favor. Also, he's only been a coordinator, for the second stint for a year. And also keep this in mind, Grant, I don't think teams are going to hire defensive guys anymore. I just don't. I just think most of the coaches you see hired are going to be offensive guys. That's just where I think football's heading. And look, truth be told, I'm fine with that being the case. I'm definitely fine. I think Matt House is pretty locked in LSU for a while because this would always be my question because Matt probably has some head coaching aspirations. He's still relatively young. He's in his mid-40s, right? How much better is a head coaching job at New Mexico, if you will, than being a defensive coordinator at LSU? How much better is it? I'm serious. How much better is it? You're getting paid probably more than if, or at the same as if you were the head coach at another non P5. Take for instance, Dave Aranda, whose name was floated around in 2019 for, I think, the New Mexico job. I think he didn't take it, and he finished out the year, and eventually got the Baylor job, which is better than if he would have taken the New Mexico gig or whatever. That's what I always question. I personally, unless I just wanted to be a head coach, I prefer to just be the DC. I'm getting paid the same amount. I don't have to do hardly any of that media BS. I don't have to do any of the smooze this booster here and talk to this booster there. I just get to coach football, right? And, for Matt, I think that's something for me, like if I got into coaching, I would just want to coach football. I wouldn't want to do all this extra BS. So, yeah, I don't think, let's just say Matt continues to be very, very, very successful. I just don't think he's going to just bolt for another job unless it's like high level NFL job or something like that. Right. So that's all there is to it. But then again, like with a lot of these kinds of things, you never really know. Like, you don't really know. Like, if I'm a coach, I want to do something that makes me happy. Obviously, if Matt wants to be a head coach, he would have to probably go group of 5 level. I just think it's only going to be offensive guys getting head coaching jobs now. I really do think so. Okay. Skipper says Oklahoma is always overrated. But yeah, LSU, you go for 2, we could be undefeated. LSU is underrated. LSU is probably a little slept on right now. Okay, we've won one game versus a P5 team. We've beaten 2 bad teams, but lose by 1 to Florida State. You have an identity now. I thought this was Tim Brock's best play called game up to this point. So there you go. Big Al, what's good? Can't have a live stream without a Big Al reference. Good to see you, man. Michael, anyone else tired of all the throws to the flats for 3 yards? Also seems like a pick six waiting to happen. But that's how it works, right? The quarterback won't throw to the flats if it's covered, right? That's the design of the play, right? If they are playing quarters or if the corner bails, you have to throw to the flats, right? Yeah, it's a pick six waiting to happen. That's if you underthrow and you telegraph a pass. But no, and I know like when we're watching the game, we always fear that a throw to the flats can be a pick six or whatever. But normally, if a quarterback's making that throw, it's because the corner is playing 10 yards off, right? So, yeah. There you go, LA Mom. They weren't ranked before the season by the coaches or AP poll. I don't think they'll be ranked after this weekend either. But we'll see. We'll see. Especially now, I think Kansas State is going to be ranked before us, even though they lost to Tulane. All right, that's a pretty big win beating Oklahoma. So, yeah. Poor little Tink Tink. There are no bad takes on PHL. No, I'm kidding. There have been some bad takes, including yours truly. Actually, mostly by yours truly. Oh, y'all want to see something really cool? Wow. This is cool. So, this is recruiting based. I think the NUSSMEIER turnaround was his alter ego, NUSSMEIER, especially having the transfer true freshman Kane as a running back too. NUSSMEIER. Oh, man. Danny, I know that drove you nuts. Let me show you this, though. I think this is going to make a lot of LSU fans get chills. All right. So, Jackson Howard's dad played for the Vikings. Okay. So here he is with Justin Jefferson, and he's an LSU commit, obviously, Jackson Howard. And here he is with Daniil Hunter. How cool is that? That's really cool. And that's Gabe Northern to the far right. So Coach Willie Howard really played for the Vikings, and man, that's just cool. There you go, Michael B. There's your guy, Jets. That's cool. Ha Lee Gay. Yeah, I still think I still think our running back room is getting better, but you see how much better our running backs have played with Emory Jones in the lineup, right? It's amazing how much that one thing actually changes. Okay. So what's really interesting, and this is actually a term that like sports economists use in soccer more so than in other sports, right? So I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, I feel like the NBA and basketball is a strong link sport, right? Where your best player can overcome a player who isn't that great and has to play a lot, right? LeBron taking all those Cavalier teams to the NBA Finals, and their second best player would be Zaldrunas Ilgauskas or something like that, Larry Hughes. And of course, in order to win the finals, you got to have a strong number 2, number 3, number 4. But in basketball, you can make a deep run with one super duper star player, right? It's more important to have that super duper star player. But and our battery just died on the thing. But in soccer, all right, soccer is a weak link sport. Okay, so in soccer, if you have a player, let me straighten this out a little bit. In soccer, if you have a player that isn't that great of a player, that it's huge. You oftentimes lose if you don't have good weak links. And I feel like in football, the one position that can be a very bad weak link sport is the offensive line, right? Emory Jones is playing really well, but the issue is that our right tackle play for the beginning part of the season, we were making just so many mistakes there. And, that then transitioned to our right guard play not being the absolute strongest, right? So if one side of your offensive line just has players who just quite frankly are getting the job done, you have to switch things around to where you're getting decent play, right? And I feel like our running backs are starting to play better now that Emory Jones is really anchoring that side. And this is just the beginning. So I feel like that's been huge for our running back room. Absolutely, positively huge. Okay. So there you go. Let me see. Jimbo Fisher's a grown kid, should not be in the post game interview anymore. You're grown. You're grown. You are grown. Let's see. I know you're a big Sam Cooke fan. I don't. I know very little about Sam Cooke. I hope a few of our music PHLers got this reference. It's true. Tamu should have lost. Auburn should have lost. That's true, Go Fly. That's a good point. Love the photo of you and the missus in front of Mike's cage. Give Jacob Flynn a lot of credit. Our guys looked the more energized unit. I still can't get over the NUSSMEIER thing. I love it. And you guys know I'm not one, as a broadcaster myself, I'm not one to talk about, like another broadcast team. I know how tough it is. I've worked crew for a few games in my life. I mean, there is that was just rough. It was really, really, really rough. The funny thing is you're given pronunciation guides. So yeah. But from the blue cameras to the unfocused cameras, it's tough. So there you go. Well, all right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start cutting the film study, but in the next 5 minutes, I will answer as many questions as I possibly can. So I'll get to as many in the next 5. But if you super chat, we'll keep it going. All right. If you super chat, we will keep it going. All right. Big shout out to all the super chats: Van, Jason, Grant, Max, Aaron, William, Jared, hey, Danny Girl, and many more. If I missed it, if I missed shouting you out here at the end, understand I deeply appreciate it. There's a lot going on. And man, I it's just crazy. It's really, really cool to have you. EK will set that up for you. I think I just followed you on Twitter, and you are a member of the PHL Patreon. So there you go. Oh, Eric's a Kobe fan. I like that. At the I'm not the biggest. I wasn't the biggest Kobe guy, right? I liked Kobe. I was always more of a Shaq guy. But there you go. Eric, thank you for joining the Patreon. And I just sent you a message on Twitter. There you go. Shipping out a bunch of shirts tomorrow. Actually getting another shipment of a ton of sizes in. So I really appreciate you guys. If you have not joined the PHL T-shirt club yet, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Pulled this. So let's go to somebody that's actually worked in the broadcast industry quite a bit. Okay. It takes 5 minutes of your production meetings to get pronunciations from an SID or coach. True. These guys said they'd been there since Thursday. Shaking my head. Yeah, they said they went to practice. Yeah, you would think they would have gotten these pronunciations. But to be honest, they sounded like a newer broadcast crew, so you give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt there. I never heard those broadcasters before. So yeah. I think what makes it kind of tough though, Grant, is there are so many people that try and crack this industry. So, yeah, I think those guys are going to want to fight me, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's not like, I'll say this. When I called games, I always tried to get pronunciations right. But I only called high school games. I've never called a football game past the high school level. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I also think it made it harder because so many different players for LSU played tonight. But still, you got to get the names right. You do. Yeah, you're seeing it now. But also, Brian, the truth is, defenses are at the mercy of the offenses they play, right? For you to have a dominant defensive performance, a few things need to happen. Number one, the offense has to make mistakes because offenses are so good now. These quarterbacks are so good, and the rules are so bent against you now that the offense has to make a ton of mistakes. I think one rule that we don't talk enough about is you can't hit the quarterbacks anymore. You just can't. So, like, it's not just sacks. It's not just like dirty hits and all of that. When a quarterback releases a football, defensive linemen no longer really hit them when they release it. If they're a half a step behind, a defensive lineman does want to commit a roughing penalty, they don't hit them. And because you don't hit them, those hits don't pile up as much. They don't hurt offenses as much either. All the rules are in favor of the offenses. So in order for you to have a dominant defensive effort, you need the offense to drop some passes. You need them to make some mistakes, kind of like last week. Tonight, we did just play a bad offense as well. But if you have a bunch of exceptional defensive players, Harold Perkins being one of them, he's probably our best defensive player, not named Jay Ward. Yeah, he could just be our best, which wouldn't shock me at all. So, yeah. Bro, you can't say pronunciation wrong while busting someone else's balls for getting words wrong. Was that directed at me? I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I look. I broadcast a lot. I'm on live a lot. I'm in front of a microphone a lot. So I sympathize with mistakes. They happen. But it is amazing how many people complain tonight about the quality of the broadcast, right? There have been better. I will put it at that. Pronunciation. 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 Is that how you say it? Pronunciation? Pronunciation? You can't say pronunciation. You got to say pronunciation. Tomato, tomato. Who gives a rip? So there you go. Once again, thanks for Grant. We extended. I'll answer as many questions in the next 5 minutes, but if you do super chat, we'll keep this thing going. That's part of it as well. Like, I don't know. I was watching a lot of the second half on mute, to be honest. I But if it's pronunciation, then why is the word pronounced pronounce instead of pronounce? Wouldn't it be pronounced then for you pronounced folks out there? Carvis, it's good. So if you're going to say pronounce, if it's pronounce, pronounce. Pronounce. Ask me after his visit on the 8th. Let's love a good Melvin Oliver reference. Thank you, Simper, for the super chat. Pronunciation. Pronounce can't go to pronounce. It's pronounce. So pronunciation. So then it goes pronunciation. Pronounce. He has dug his heels in. He's back. Give me nuss. You know what's funny? Okay. So my dad's all-time favorite golfer is not Tiger Woods. It's Jesper Parnevik. Okay, for you golf fans out there. So you see my bill, my bill's a little off to the center. Okay, I love the hat. The hat quality is great. But see, the bill is kind of crooked. It's got a little bend in it right there. So it's bothering me so much. I kind of want to just Jesper Parnevik it and have the Power Hour LSU patch right here. Okay. I wonder how much more it would be to put a pouch and if I Jesper Parnevik it. Okay. Who remembers this? This is elite. That's called an elite human being. I kind of want to do a PHL hat where it's Jesper. Jay Hill was rocking the book bands. Gotta love it. So you see, this is it. Dog people stay together. I will say this, Jay Hill. you as a former Bengals player. I didn't have your jersey up tonight. I wanted to show Charles Alexander some love as a guest captain for New Mexico. I've got to say this, Jay Hill. I was a little disappointed to learn last week that Joe Burrow was a cat guy. Really, Joe? You're a cat guy? How could you be so awesome at everything and be a cat guy? Really, Joe? I'm telling you, if I ever interview Joe, which is probably never going to happen, but one can dream, I'm going to ask Joe, you're a cat guy? Really? Cat guy? There you go. Dog guys feel the Booger Band love. So there you go. If you have not joined the Booger Band Club, follow the instructions below. Okay? Not hard. Not hard to join the Booger Band Club. Okay? It's not hard. Carter 1982 called and wants the logo on the bottom of the bill. Hey, I kind of feel like I need to be a trendsetter. And everybody for PHL Rock, yes, we're part of it, cats. So I have a few of my Arkansas buddies. They went to the game in Texas, and one of my best buddies, Z, went, and he is like just the nicest guy, and he wanted to fight some A&M fans tonight. They are so unbearable. They are so unbearable. Like, why is that? Why can't Texas? Why? Why is that? Why is every fan base in agreement that A&M fans are unbearable? I have nothing really against Auburn fans. I really don't have anything against Alabama fans. I really don't. A&M fans, though, it's different. If Nuss gets a cat, I'm Team Cat. I love this. My favorite phrase is that's my new favorite like Twitter phrase. If Garrett Nussmeier has a million fans, I'm one of those fans. If Garrett Nussmeier has 10 fans, I'm one of those fans. If Garrett Nussmeier has one fan, that is me. Jay Hill is riding the Nuss bus until he can't get nussed anymore. I love it. Oh, Utah. I'm going to be honest. I am never, ever going to blame any quarterback that plays for Arizona State from this point forward. As we pointed out in the film study, Jayden played really bad towards the back end of last year. But I've got to be honest, I just can't. I totally understand players just giving up after how this Herm Edwards thing ended. If I'm a player and I hear that my assistant coaches were allegedly sabotaging the coach and giving teams hints for what they were going to do. Once again, that was just one report. I'm interested to know more about that. But why, as a team, would I go out and play hard if I know that my assistant coaches are trying to sabotage my head coach? So we shall see. Good to see you, kiddo. Zero. Yeah, it should be pronunciation. If it's pronounce, it shouldn't turn into pronunce. What is wrong with our world? Eric, thank you so much, man. I thank you for your very generous Cash App. I will be getting more Excel shirts pretty soon, and you are down for one of them. Right down. Allegedly. They're not doing great, Skipper, but you know, this is just the honest truth. Okay. You might think the end of the Orgeron tenure was bad. You might. You might think whatever is bad as a fan. But we've won 3 national championships with 3 different head coaches, and the last 2 were questionable at best in terms of head coaching. You will never have it as worse as A&M. You will never have it as worse as Arkansas. You will never have it as worse as those programs. Even Auburn. At least you got Cam. You'll never have it as worse as them. Never. So I'm going to be honest with you. Obviously, you know, in a group chat with Arkansas buddies, know a lot of Arkansas fans. They're used to this. They're used to it, right? They don't allow this to get to them. Drop foul ball for a national championship here. You know, it's just one thing after another for Arkansas, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. It really, really sucks. And you know, are there really any LSU fans out there that just hate Arkansas? No, it's part of the reason why they don't care about the Golden Boot. So, you know, it's just one of those things. You're used to it. You're used to it. Okay? Doesn't matter how bad you think doesn't matter how bad you think Nuss or Jayden might be. Doesn't matter what Brian Kelly actually does for the rest of his tenure. You're not going to have it as bad as most fan bases. We're extremely lucky to be where we are right now as a program compared to other schools, right? So, you know, that's all there is to it. that's all there is to it. And also, as Jared points out, she is an LSU fan. She don't want to say it, but she is. Do y'all think it's better to play Harsin or an intern? If I'm Auburn, I'm just playing it out. Part of it, Pegasus, is Auburn doesn't have an AD. So I think Auburn's a worse job in the SEC. I do. Because, yes, you're going to get paid well. Yes, you're going to recruit fine. But you got to play Georgia every year. That's going to change, obviously. But the schedule's against you. The recruiting network is against you. You're the second best team in your state. You always will be. It's tough. It's not a fun job. And you're always dealing with boosters. I know I'm going to come off as just a Gus lover. I don't care. Gus is really good. And all Auburn fans told me, you don't know what you're talking about. Go to Power Hour SEC. Go to Power Hour SEC right now and go read the comment sections. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You did it. Harson's a disaster. Harson's a disaster. So, you know, what are you going to do? And part of it is, you know, like people struggle with seeing how bad things actually are. If you haven't already, please go subscribe to Power Hour SEC. Notre Dame's 2-2. Get it right, Allen. Big win for them today. I think they won today. I don't know. I hope that's who they hire. But yeah, of course. I mean, anytime you can get an elite job like that with basically only a few years of okay coordinator experience, then there you go. He knows all of Saban's secrets. I could totally see that being Auburn's move, but we'll see. Well, all right. MVP of the evening. Once again, LA Mom getting to go to the game. I'm glad you had a good time, LA Mom. We're going to try and get you in the Discord. I know we've had issues with that. I'm going to figure out how to get that done for you. We'll hop on a Zoom later this week and we'll figure it out. Okay? Well, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start on the film study, work on some other stuff. Let's see if I got any more Power Hour SEC subscribers. I did not. All right. I hope you go subscribe to the free Power Hour LSU podcast, Power Hour LSU. That's all you got to do to search on iTunes, Spotify, RSS.com is where you can also listen to it. We'll drop an episode probably Monday morning. Don't forget, we'll have a film study tomorrow night. Won't be as long. But yeah, you'll have an LSU film study for tomorrow night. Probably around 7:30ish. So we hope you guys and gals see it tomorrow. What's up, Aaron? Let's go. Can't find what on Twitter? Shoot me a message. I'll help you find whatever you need to find on Twitter. Had a late night with the kiddos. There you go, Doug knows. Good to see you. Doug, I'll keep it going. You and Aaron just jumped in. If you super chat, I'll keep it going. I'm a little worn out here. But yeah, or if you guys have a question, I'll answer really quickly. No, Steven, they've been really spoiled. Yeah, you know, there you go. Can't have two PHL OGs join at the same time and not answer their questions. So apparently, oh, y'all went to the game tonight, Aaron? There you go. So apparently, all of Max Johnson's throws were like heaves. Like he just threw them up for grabs and A&M made plays. A&M got very lucky tonight. God, you get Max Johnson wasn't even really that good. You get these lucky heaves to go in your favor. You get a 99-yard fumble recovery to go in your favor. You get a field goal that hits the inside of the post to go in your favor. That's crazy. So, Aaron, how was the game tonight? Text me photos from the game. Lindsey Scott is still playing. And he put up 333 yards of offense tonight. Lindsey Scott is still playing football. Oh, they have a Redeem Team documentary on Netflix for you NBA heads out there. I'm definitely checking that out. Jay Hilly. Nuss greater than TV12. Heard Giselle left time for the Messiah. Can't handle it, baby. You can't handle the Messiah. Where is he? Where'd I put those things? Who needs Jayden? Crap, where did I put my Nuss cards? I don't know where I sat them. The NUSSMEIER has left. I've got to organize my desk. Where did I put all those cards? Hold on. Oh, no, they're all right here. I've got to organize. Bang. The NUSSMEIER. Let's go. Do you hear that, Giselle? Tom Brady thinks he's young. Nuss is actually young. Remember that. Garrett NUSSMEIER would not talk back to Marshawn Lattimore and cause a violent brawl. Imagine how much Tom's actions affected our youth. I don't, John. If you have the stat in front of me, let me know. Not that serious, according to Brian Kelly. Last shutout, September 8, 2018 versus Southeastern. So, Danny, Carter, every time you say Mississippi State helped LSU win last week, I'm baffled. LSU played far from a perfect game. So, in the moments of imperfection, was LSU helping Mississippi State? Your logic, LSU helped FSU. I'm trying to piece this together. Your logic, LSU helped FSU. Yeah, if you drop 2 punts, yeah. But while LSU dropped 2 punts, Florida State was still playing better. They were still moving the football better than we were moving the football. I don't think anyone would disagree with that at this point. So, once again, it's subjective. LSU did a lot to go out and win the game versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State also did a lot to lose it as well. They dropped 4 passes last week, 3 of which would have resulted in first downs. And there were balls that just hit them right in the hands. And they muffed a punt. I mean, we were losing 16 to 10 in the third quarter if it had not been for Slade Roy making that play. So, yeah, and that's all there is to it. It wasn't a thorough victory by any stretch of the imagination. And Florida State also was aided by a lot of LSU mistakes as well. Football's a nuanced game. But to not think that LSU, a team that was getting blanked for the first, 28 minutes of the first half, we couldn't get anything going offensively. And it took Jayden leading that 2-minute drive to get us going. And, that's just how I saw it. So, I mean, once again, it's not like me saying 100% Mississippi State losing it was a reason why LSU won it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But truth be told, we caught some breaks there. We did. Nuss would have folded Mike Evans. Nuss would have given a Mike Tyson. Boom. So, yeah. We still got to get this. I hate that the bend of this hat is not like dead center. I'm more of a flat bill guy anyway. You can. The like button. There you go. Quick announcement. Next week, the post game chat will start a little bit later than normal. There won't be a halftime chat next week, but we will still do a post game chat, right? Jared, I trust me. It has been a whirlwind to try and get hats, a whirlwind. And I finally get one, and I'm still waiting on the estimate for me to get a certain amount of hats made, and I still haven't gotten the estimate. So once I get that and we proceed to actually get the hats, then you'll be the first one to get one. Okay? Skipper is always going to let one thing known. He is the elder statesman, right? That's why, he and his lovely significant other had their PHL shirts on. And Skipper is holding all the old school cards that I gave him. He's got a Burt Jones card and he's got a Billy Cannon card that he's holding right there. Okay. So Skipper holds one of my favorite autographs, an old school Burt Jones auto. And it's a cool card. It is a really cool card. And I knew I made a mistake when I couldn't find another one on the internet to buy to replace that one. So I was like, I kind of gave Skipper a good card, but he deserved it. Okay. Simper. Pronounce. How do you pronounce? You pronounce. You get it? I love these things. I'm the corniest guy ever, but the way you pronounce is pronounce. So the way you should pronounce pronunciation is pronunciation. So pronunciation should be pronounced pronunciation. Type Y for yes, type N for no if you followed all of that. I will do it again. Okay. Pronounce is pronounced, pronounce. So the way to pronounce pronunciation should be pronunciation. So in order to pronounce pronunciation, we should all change it to pronunciation. Why do we go from pronunciation to pronunciation when pronounce is pronounce? No Cedric Tillman. Thank you. Simper, I still have the lowest GPA of any graduate of the Manship School of Mass Communication. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I had horrible grades at LSU. And it would be a shame that a journalism graduate would be a YouTuber who mispronounces pronunciation. Thank you. I only run toss dive. That's the bottom line. Thank you, Jay Hill. We should make Simper do push-ups for putting me through and questioning my education. I like that. And that's the bottom line. I love that. That's the bottom line. pronunciation. Get out of here. Oh God, man. I can't do it. I can't deal with any more Arkansas sadness. It's so brutal, and the fact that A&M was on the better end of it. It was a dominant team this year. I think when push comes to shove, it'll still be Alabama. I hope game day still goes to Fayetteville. But yeah, I still think Alabama's gonna come out atop the SEC. I would obviously prefer Georgia over Alabama at this point. But yeah. Ryan says Georgia. Good to see you, Ryan. Curtis, are you the Curtis Taylor? I'm just a poor old crawfish farmer with no education, but I could pronunciation. Yes, I'm pretty sure, Simper, you can pronounce pronunciation correctly. Honestly, Daddy, I think a lot of this stuff was just stuff that they were self-imposing anyway. They did like a $5,000 fine. I don't know. I was so sick and tired of the James Craig story that I'm just happy it's come to an end. The thing is, LSU wants to be found guilty of this stuff, so they don't have to pay James Craig $500,000. So yeah, I will do it, Pam. But first, before I do it, first I want to shout out Pressy Collection at PressyCollection.com. Are you kidding me? Anthony Starr Presley and the Pressy Collection, they've done it again. All they do is provide the absolute finest jewelry on the freaking planet Earth. It is Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. One-on-one consultations today. They'll get it done for you. Pressy Collection and the PressyCollection.com. Just for you, Pam. There you go. All there is to it. What's up, Donovan? I am still not going to stop until I get you to open for Miranda Lambert. I understand it's cool that you got to perform at Miranda's place, but I am the #1 Miranda Lambert fan in the LSU blogosphere. The baggage claim. Hear my name. Huh? You can't ride on my little red wagon. Did Oregon State take the lead? Oregon State took the lead. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna put the game on. I've talked enough about everything. Why didn't y'all tell me Oregon State was about to take the lead? Oh my God. I thought I had friends on here. Huh. Guess I didn't. Because it ain't my problem now. Kansas State's got a good team. I think with the transfer portal, it's just harder to have a dominant team. I got 3 subscribers on Power Hour SEC. Are you going to the game, Donovan? Huh. Oh, look at what we have here. Huh? Somebody calling me a loser? Me? Huh. Look at this guy. Who grins like that anyway? Look at this chubby dude. Freaking. No, my wife's cousin is getting married. Fall wedding? Donovan. No. Fall wedding. Makes no sense. Hey, I got to miss some of the Auburn game next week too. So I can't hate on you too much. Because it ain't my problem now. I can't tell you that, LA Mom. I'm not even sure if we're having a wedding at this point. The way Arkansas lost tonight, I hope I have a bed to sleep on tonight. Oh, Jay Hill's coming to my wedding? Uh-oh. It's a party now. Oh, Jordan Addison You're a single-digit number. You can't get shoestrung tackled. So Donovan, what is the key? Are you playing in the wedding? Do you have to be there? That is absolute lunacy. Oh, they brought a corner blitz. Why is USC not able to separate from the receivers? I'm telling you, Oregon State, Jonathan, or whatever his name is, Brandon Smith, is going. I'm telling you, he's going to be the next coach of Nebraska. That is a tough place to play. You know how loud it is in there? Fourth and 6. Don't call timeout. You can't call timeout here. You just got to run a play. Got to run a play. I got it off. He got it. No, the offensive lineman just destroyed their own quarterback to get over the first down mark. What a freaking play. The USC bush push all over again. Oh, don't run it. Oh, run it. Lincoln Riley, you filthy, filthy animal. Oh, man. All-time great. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's great. What a play. I've never seen two offensive linemen hit their quarterback that hard. That is a bush push right there. Love it. Counter. They're running counter with the game on the line. I love it. I'm starting to think if Caleb Williams is even a good quarterback. I hope Jay Hill is still in there. Our guy Travis Dye still doesn't wear gloves. No tape, no nothing. Just bare armed. Oh, good play, corner. Oh, man. Arkansas folded worse than a cheap lawn chair. Let's see. What play are you running? Oh, timeout. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you still got 2. Oh, USC called the timeout? That looked like Oregon State. That arm sleeve from Caleb Williams though looks a little cheap. I'm not gonna lie. It looks kind of like it was. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that arm sleeve. Just no. Are you kidding me with that throw? Are you freaking kidding me with that throw? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you guys type Y for yes, type in for no if you're watching this? That throw was insane. Are you kidding me? Type Y for yes, type in for no if you saw that. Oh, I thought he missed the extra point for a second. Nuss doing Nuss things after Daniels went out to have a J Hill hyped up. That was an NFL level throw against cover 2, whole shot. Yeah, oh God, that's a nasty throw. Nasty. There might be it's on CBS Sports. There might be 5 quarterbacks in college football who can make that throw. Might be. That was insane. God bless America. I don't know. I don't know if Caleb Williams is that. I mean, Oregon State's a good team. I'm cheering for Oregon State. But that throw was legendary. We were close to getting Caleb Williams. We were very close. We were the bridesmaid essentially. We were second place. I'm watching some stream on YouTube. It's actually pretty clear. TV9 is the streamer. Oh, good kickoff coverage, USC. Whoa! Oh, they flagged him for that? In this economy? There's no way. But yeah, Donovan, Nuss played really well. 9 of 10. The one incompletion was a really good throw. But yeah, you can't call roughing right there in this economy. They did. Oh my goodness. In this economy, we're in a recession and you call that excessive? Why do I love this sport so much? It makes no sense that I love this sport this much. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Oh, Oregon State. Oh man, they just need a few more. It'll be a field goal range. And we'll get some OT. Let's go. Sometimes USC wins. Pick to end it. Oh, man, that's brutal. That is brutal for Oregon State. USC survives. Doug, I would not pay attention to internet rumors, especially with something that serious, especially a player of that caliber. So I will not comment on that until I get more information. I'll obviously reach out to a few people about that. But yeah, I would be very, very, very careful about something like that. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm about to start cutting up the LSU film study for tomorrow. Get some Power Hour SEC content, hopefully out today or tomorrow. We'll see. And thanks again to all our super chatters this evening. Our top super chatter was Van and Jason Morgan, and all our other super chatters as well, including the pronunciation king, Semper Fi. It is Power Hour LSU. Bow. And tonight we are doing some Parmesan garlic crusted salmon. Let's go. Oh, Donovan. Okay, well, it's crap, Donovan. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I don't mind hanging out for a little bit longer. It's 12 minutes away. Wait, hold on. I will wait 12 minutes and be like the radio broadcast premiere. Y'all string my new song Blue Eyes and a Bible out everywhere tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow night at midnight. So I thought it was tonight at midnight. Why wouldn't you do it tonight at midnight? Because that'll be Sunday. There was a miscommunication. No. How could there be a miscommunication? How could there be a miscommunication? Oh my goodness. I guess. The midnight thing, I'm not going to lie, to defend Donovan here, this happens a lot. This happened to me a lot in England as well. It is amazing how much you could screw up time, right? I'm as good as announcing things as Orgeron is at hiring coordinators. Oh man, I would have stayed up late and been the radio premiere of Blue Eyes and a Bible. I think that would be kid friendly. But yeah, I would have loved to have streamed that. Now, the truth is, that miscommunication actually happens a lot, right? I don't know. Who are the announcers for the USC game?
Best defense of the season.
Blue Eyes and a Bible. No major burns though next week. One big game we didn't mention was Bama Vanderbilt. 55-3. A nail biter in Tuscaloosa. God, Oklahoma fans get it from both ends. Lincoln Riley winning a close one and big loss for Venables. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you next week. Good luck on your single, Donovan. And tonight we are doing Parmesan garlic salmon. Let's go. Let's go.